Do you ever wonder about our government and how it affects us, or how it was before? Long ago, when we were just colonies, England's parliament was in constant turmoil. This led to different kings and their scornful relationship with parliament to create one of early America's biggest mistakes, this being the Salem witch trials. You may wonder how that could have happened, and I will be explaining to you the different leaderships that caused 20 deaths. I will explain to you 4 kings and 1 queen leading up to the Salem witch trials. First, the war and execution. The First English War was between Parliament and King Charles I. According to Charles I, the King of Great Britain and Ireland, from Britannica Encyclopedia, written by Maurice Ashley, a researcher from Loughborough University of Technology, King Charles I did not trust the lower house of Commons, which was Parliament. These feelings were reciprocated because he often dissolved Parliament and gave out arbitrary taxes and punishments. During the First War, King Charles I did lose and was later then executed. I have now just discussed 1 king, and I will discuss 2 more. The new king enthroned. Oliver Cromwell, who was an opposing leader to King Charles I, became king and had a small reign. When he had died, Charles II, the rightful heir, became king. He reigned from 1660 to 1685. It has been said from the article, Gruesome Medical Treatments, Doctors Tortured King Charles II After His Stroke, from Medical Daily, written by Elena Glowacz, in October 20, 2016, that he had died from a stroke, which was from apoplexy. He had no heirs, so his younger brother would become king. We have now just discussed 3 kings, and I will discuss the 4th and the problem he created. The wrong heir and new queen. During this time, Parliament was still in very much control of who became ruler of England. So they had allowed James II to become king. They did not expect much of him because he was an older man with only daughters. So they would expect a daughter to become queen next. However, he married a Spanish princess who gave him a son. This became a big problem because he had turned to Catholicism when marrying that Spanish princess. This did not deem well with Parliament. So, it has been said that from Timeline of the Salem Witch Trials, from the History of Massachusetts blog, written by Rebecca Books, a freelance journalist, in January 2012, that Parliament asked the oldest daughter Mary and her husband to become king and queen, to which they agreed to. After discussing the kings who ruled, we will now discuss the queen and her succession affected an American colony. Getting rid of someone important. For Mary to become queen, Parliament had to figure out a way to get rid of James II. From the book Give Me Liberty, Volume 1, An American History, written by Eric Foner and published in 2014 with Norton & Company, it has been said that they gave him trial for being Catholic, to which he found himself guilty. He was stripped of his title, and not only him, but his appointed governor of Massachusetts was also fired. Now that Parliament is happy with their ruler, they have seemed to have forgotten to find a new governor for Massachusetts. To wrap it up, you're probably wondering how the Salem witch trials are connected to this, so I will tell you. After Parliament deemed they had found a perfect ruler for England, they forgot that they had fired James II's Governor Andros of Massachusetts. Due to the forgetfulness of this time, no one was able to inform the colonies that witches were a hoax, therefore resulting in 20 deaths. It's important to consider England's history and government with their own as we look back and try to move forward from our own mistakes.